Ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of spooky season, a jack-o'-lantern, and this is a carvable foam pumpkin, and I wanted to try my hand at it. I think it turned out really well. Uh, it's a very, very simple project, and makes a nice display piece for anywhere in the house or on the porch or wherever. Let me get the lights on here. It's a very uh, simple project, and it actually started a couple years ago. I'm a big fan of SKS Props, and you can go to his website and get templates. He works mostly out of foam, and he always does a pumpkin every year. And I was always intrigued. I've seen him at the craft store, but I just never really got into it. Wanted to try it and just see you know, what I could do with it. He does have a template for some of his pumpkins. I printed it off because I wanted to kind of modify it just a tad. He already did the hard work, so you didn't have to completely draw it. You can do however, whatever design you want. I changed his up just a tad. I made a more jagged and added a few little things. Other than that, I do. They do recommend if you ever cut a pumpkin to use a hot knife. It would cut it a little more cleaner. You can use a regular hobby knife. I went through two blades. It's got to be really sharp, but you can really get into it. You don't need the hot knife, but it would be a lot easier to cut. So after I cut everything, I went in and cleaned up all the edges and with sandpaper, and then um, cheap craft black paint. I painted all the edges. It does have cheap string lights that you can get. I put that in there, and you don't have to necessarily diffuse the light, but I did. I put a white piece of paper just on the back, tacked it with a little bit of hot glue and a little bit of tape just to diffuse the light when it's turned on. I did cut a hole on the bottom where it's removable, and I added a channel just in the back here to hold the light so it don't tip. But it was a very, very fun project. It's simple. I would call it a 1 day build. I did add a little bit of weathering to it, and I took some washes, Mr. Airbrush, and I went in and probably hard to see, but there is some shading here and there just to give them a, trying to keep the pumpkin aesthetic, but trying to give him a little weathering on him, but not trying to go too overboard for my first pumpkin. But for my first one, it was very fun. I'll probably do another one of some sort, but that was great to do the first one, a learning curve, and I think it turned out really well. But I wanted to show that a very quick, fun project. I have to thank SKS Props for the inspiration. He does his pumpkins every year, and I thought that was a very fun project and one I've never done before, and I think it turned out really well. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. Getting ready for the spooky season and carving out a jack-o'-lantern from a foam pumpkin. So that's what I got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.